Good morning, parents and students of St. John's Academy, Shawnigan Lake. I want to take an opportunity today to quickly talk to all of you about what assessment looks like here at St. John's Academy, as well as what reporting looks like at our school, the reporting of assessment results. So just as a brief agenda, I'll quickly talk about the middle years program model, the IB learner profile attributes, the purposes of assessment, and discuss a little bit the language that we use in terms of describing assessment, why we use criterion-based assessment, what some of the MYP criteria, what an MYP report card looks like, as well. I'll also briefly talk about ManageBack and some of the opportunities that ManageBack provides. So to quickly begin, all of our students from grades 6 to 10 are currently in the middle years program, which is a program developed by the International Baccalaureate. The International Baccalaureate as an organization was founded in Geneva, Switzerland in the 1960s with the sole purpose of promoting world peace. And within the middle years program, we offer 8 different subjects. You'll see those on the second rung of the circle. So those range from sciences to design to individuals and societies. You will notice at the very center of this program model is the learner, and within the middle years program, as well as within the diploma program, our sole purpose is to develop certain attributes within our students. Those attributes are called the IB learner profile attributes. Those are such things as being knowledgeable, being risk takers, principled, balanced, being communicators, thinkers, being open-minded, being inquirers, being reflective, and being caring. A lot of what we do here at St. John's Academy is aimed at developing those attributes within our students. So going back to the purpose of assessment in the MYP, so the International Baccalaureate states that the aims of assessment in the middle years program, or the MYP, include supporting and encouraging student learning by providing feedback on the learning process. It also is aimed at informing and enhancing and improving the teaching process. It's also aimed at promoting positive student attitudes towards learning. We try as much as possible to focus our students on the learning and not necessarily the grades and the outcomes, but definitely refocusing them back towards growth and improvement. As well, one of the aims is promoting the development of critical and creative thinking skills within our students, and those are ultimately demonstrated through their completion of certain assessment tasks. So assessment in the MYP is something which happens throughout a unit of inquiry and helps both the teacher and the student on their learning journeys. Assessments help us reflect on what we have learned and helps us set goals for future learning. It is not something to be afraid of, but something to guide us. So assessment happens throughout a unit of inquiry. It happens at the start. These are often in the forms of diagnostic tests. This year we had pre-assessments in almost all of our subjects, as well as we use map growth testing to gauge where our students are at and to identify any sort of gaps in their knowledge. We do this so that teachers know what our students know, and then we can tailor the rest of our units and the learning to the learners in front of us. Assessment happens during a unit of inquiry, and this is called formative assessment. This is often to check students' new knowledge and understanding, and this is the sole purpose of this is to provide feedback to our students in terms of what it is that they can do and what it is that they need to work on. Assessment also takes place, of course, at the end of the unit in the form of summative assessments or final assessments. These are not always just tests, as it is in more traditional schools. This could be the demonstration of a project, or a piece of writing, or it could be any number of things. So students will do summative tasks which show the sum of their learning. This usually happens at the end of a unit, apart from in some subjects like design where it happens at the end of each criterion. So formative assessment is used throughout a lesson or a unit to help gauge students' progress, inform adaptation, and focus instruction. Summative assessment is used at the end of a lesson or unit of inquiry, and it can do everything a formative can, but the sole purpose is to evaluate, encourage reflection by the student, structured discussion in terms of what still needs to be learned or what could be improved, and it helps the student have an understanding of what it is that they need to do in order to develop. When we do discuss grades at our school, it's important that all of us understand that grades do not reflect who any of our students are as a learner, but where they are in their learning journey. And where is always temporary. Our sole focus here is to move students along in their learning, regardless of where they begin and where they start. So every subject has 4 criteria. And like I said before, there's 8 subjects within the middle years program. Each criterion is graded out of 8. So for example, with design, they have criterion A, which is inquiring and analyzing, criterion B is developing ideas, and so on and so forth. Within all of the subjects across the MYP, you will notice that there are 4 subjects. 4 criteria in each subject. And each of those criteria is graded out of 8, and each one of those numerical numbers have a description of achievement. So let's have a look at criterion A for inquiring and analyzing for Design 6. So criterion A, this is what the grade descriptors look like. You'll see the bands of 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, and 7 through 8. For instance, if a student submitted a task and they achieved a 3, this is what would describe their work. They outline the need for a solution to a problem, stated some points of research, stated the main features of an existing product, or outlined some of the main findings of research. So that 3 would then, these strands would then describe their work. When we give number grades, they do have these descriptions with them. What this does is help students understand what it is that they achieved, what it is that they produced, and also what it is that they need to do in order to improve. If they simply look at the descriptors for each, for the next band, which is the 5 through 6 band, they will see what it is that they need to do. On ManageBack, if you go to ManageBack files, you will see a document titled MYP Assessment Objectives and Criteria, and that has all of the assessment criteria for all of the subjects in one place. So you can easily navigate that. This table over here, the assessment criteria, gives a clear indicator of what your design teacher or any of your teachers, depending on the subject, is looking for criterion A or criterion D. It also gives you clear expectations so you know what you're expected to do. However, when you look in detail, you notice that there are just a few words between grades, including a switch from states to outlines to justifies. So these words, such as state, outlines, and justifies, are called command terms. And these are terms that are actually defined for our students, so they're not left to guess in terms of what it is that the teacher is asking for each one of those different levels. Why do we use criterion-based assessment? So it communicates set criterion and descriptors of certain levels and achievement to students. Transparency is really important in the learning process, and understanding what are the skills that we need to master and what it looks like to actually demonstrate those skills, I think is really helpful for our student. Helps students understand what they must do to excel. It provides objectivity to the assessment process, as there are concrete descriptions of student work within many public schools, as well as within more traditional schools. When a teacher, for instance, an English teacher, gives an A for a writing task, that is often quite subjective based on the teacher's interpretation of the piece of work that's submitted. With the MYP, it is much less subjective because we have clear descriptions of student achievement, and we simply match the level of achievement to the student's work. As well, criterion-based assessment focuses students towards key skills in each subject, and it's focused towards student mastery. We ultimately want our students to master these skills. The students focus on the same 4 skills in each of the 8 subjects from grade 6 all the way to grade 10. Hopefully by grade 10 they have completely mastered the skills. I will also link in this thread a quick 3-minute overview of MYP assessment and how we determine final levels. So types of reporting of assessment results at St. John's Academy. We have progress interim reports between report cards. These take place in October, which is coming up quite quickly, February, and May. These often only include just an overall level of effort that is being demonstrated in each of the subjects, as well as their overall academic achievement. And there will be an advisor comment and a reflection from the student themselves. These do not include a lot of information, but do give a snapshot in terms of the effort that's being put into each subject, as well as the overall academic achievement. These will not include any sort of grades. Report cards, however, are much more descriptive, and each subject will have an entire page of assessment results, and there will be written descriptions of each of the achievement levels, just to be very clear in terms of where the students are at in terms of their progress. And report cards will also include comments for improvement and encouragement from their subject teachers. Those take place in November, March, and June. ManageBack. At this point, I hope that most of you have had the opportunity to go onto ManageBack and navigate it. Through ManageBack, you can access, at any point, you can go in and see the grades and levels that your student or that your child is achieving. Through ManageBack, you can see the types of assignments that are being given. It's really helpful to track progress, so you can go in and see the levels that your student is receiving, as well if you need to contact a teacher, or if you just want to look at their calendar and see the work that students are doing from day to day. ManageBack is a great place to do it, and I will quickly take you into that in a second. You can access the link for ManageBack on our school website. If you go to our school website, go to academics, and then right down at the very bottom, you'll see the ManageBack login. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me at my email address right there. So bradleymearhome@stjohnsacademy.ca. So just to quickly take you into ManageBack, I'll show you what it looks like from a parent's login. So when you first go in, you'll be able to see all of the different subjects. And then when you click on one of the subjects, of course, my fake student is a bit of an outlier. You will be able to see marks that have been awarded for certain work by the teacher. As well, you'll be able to go in and view a calendar of all of the different upcoming assignments, as well as past assignments for any given month. As well, you can also check out the report cards will be published here, as well as if there's any behavior comments or anything like that. If you would like to find the MYP assessment criteria, it's posted right here in Files. And yeah, that is essentially the extent of ManageBack for parents. That said, if you want to contact one of your child's subject teachers, as soon as you click on the class, you'll see that it's right here as well. Yeah, if you have any questions about logging in or some of the other functionalities of ManageBack, please feel free to let me know. Thanks for watching this, and have a wonderful day.